This is a story about my experience, first time starting a real company, and one of the biggest mistakes that I think a lot of first-time entrepreneurs make is they try to, especially in the tech space, they try to build this huge product, and typically these founders are perfectionists, and they just want to make something perfect so that everyone in the world can use it and love it, and everything's great. And if you ever, my biggest piece of advice that I tell any aspiring entrepreneur is read The Lean Startup by Eric Ries. It's an incredible book. And it's not so much, it's the right way to think. It's really hard to describe. Eric does a lot better job than I do. But it's all about, validating the need of the market with, the minimal viable product. And what I used to think was a minimum viable product is not actually what it is. So I started a company called Habitat about 2.5 years ago. And what happened was my friend Jake Simon, was a friend I had in high school and college, he gave me a phone call and said, "Hey Andrew, there's this guy selling a pair of sneakers, and if you give me a ride to this Burger King like 20 minutes out, I'll split the profit with you when we sell the sneakers on eBay." He's like, "You'll probably make like 40 bucks. I was like, done. So I went to do that, bought the sneakers, and went to sell them on eBay. It turned out to be a huge hassle. And that same week, I heard about Temple's Be Your Own Boss Bowl, which is a business plan competition where students, alumni, faculty all compete for a bunch of free money. And free money is the best money. So as soon as I heard about that, I was like, well, that happened the same time we had this problem with trying to sell this pair of sneakers. And I'm like, why isn't there a simple app that looks like Instagram, acts like Craigslist, but only for college students? So started chugging away, writing the business plan. Right away, I went into it. My ex-girlfriend broke up with me, so I was looking for some kind of sense of direction, I think. And so we did that, and then got a group of guys together, started, just kept on chugging on the business plan, entered the Be Your Own Boss Bowl, and got like last place. Then the summer came by, and pretty much everyone else who was like kind of on the team pretty much dropped off. I was the only one really working on it, and one of the struggles we had from day one was finding a tech team. It's really hard to find technical talent when you don't have any money and all you have is a vision. And so I started going to meetups, went to all kinds of events to try to find tech talent. I was able to get a small team together, and my co-founder, Mike Paskowitz, actually, he was a business student, and he became a full stack developer out of nothing. It was crazy. He's like the best guy in the world. And so we started in this September of 2014 now. We started going at it, and then we launched the product April of 2015, so about a year and 2 months ago. Entered the Be Your Own Boss Bowl again. 2 weeks after launching, we won the Be Your Own Boss Bowl, won $21,000, and we were like, hell yeah. Went to Vegas for a tech conference. Spent like $3 grand, didn't put any money on black. And then after that, so while at Vegas at the tech conference, all right, I met a venture capitalist named Tim Draper. And I've always admired Tim a lot. I'm kind of a Bitcoin guy, and he's a huge Bitcoin guy. And he was giving a keynote. And afterwards, I looked at Mike, I'm like, I'm going backstage. So went backstage to VIP. He was hanging out with like 3 lovely ladies and another entrepreneur. And I just sat down, and I was sitting down listening. They were talking about education, and I'm pretty opinionated about some things in education, and I would just chime something in. Then conversation would continue. I would chime something in, and he's like, "Who the hell are you?" I'm like, "I'm Andrew Nakkache." And then he's like, "Who the hell are you?" And then I'm like, "Andrew Nakkache." And then so then he after about 5 more minutes, he stopped the conversation when lovely ladies left, and we started having a conversation, and it ended up going on for an hour, which an hour of a billionaire's time is a lot of money. And he's like, Andrew, I really like your vision, but I don't like where the product is today. I want to introduce you to someone that I've invested in that started a very similar product and failed. So he introduced us to this entrepreneur out of Silicon Valley. Met him at some lunch in Oakland. Crazy entrepreneur, like super eccentric guy. Cool guy, still stay in touch with today. And he's like, listen, you have college students are a great market. Where's the market inefficiency? Like, you're not going to be able to figure out local commerce. And we spent a year and a half trying to figure out local commerce. We built this overloaded app with like payment integrations and stuff that's not important for an MVP or first product. And anyways, he was like, where's the market inefficiency in the college market? And we thought food. And you're probably thinking, like, how is there a market inefficiency in food? And we're like, well, there's all these great companies like Postmates, Caviar, DoorDash, Grubhub, but none of them really focus on the college market. Yeah, I'll order Postmates on a Friday night when I'm less than sober, but the rest of my food experience really sucks. I have to buy some campus meal plan, eat at some campus cafeteria, and I eat food made by people who put like zero love into their food. It sucks. So I was like, I wish I could just use my meal plan at restaurants and food trucks, places I actually like. So that was like one component. And then the other component was, let's just focus on that half-mile radius around college campuses. So we did that. We launched this past September. So in 3 months, we came back from California and said, hey guys, I'm going to take this now $18,000 and I'm going to give it to you guys. So we gave it to a team of 6 of us, went all in, launched our product, and been doing well since. And the bad decision was, I waste a year and a half of my life building a product without validating a single assumption. Yeah, we did surveys with, loaded questions, but, it's just so many entrepreneurs, I see it time and time again. They build these extravagant products with like all of these features, but really like the amount of features are not important. You need to like first get a customer and have customer development. And so read the Lean Startup is the moral of the story, and read it again, and hopefully that was helpful to someone.